The sound going. Post the link on the Twitch. On the Twitch. Do it for the Vine. Got replies. All right, just quit doing our normal standard countdown. We'll be going live here pretty soon. I want to chat. Here is a link for my Amazon wish list. First thing of the day. Because I need some help. And I'm not afraid to ask for it. Oop, bam. All right, that should kick us off. Oh, and share. So this is on Twitch. Oh man, that animated background looks real good. Big Bad Nerd Dad is streaming live on Twitch. I don't know who's watching, but thank you for watching. All right. And I have a viewer. Thank you so much, my viewer. On Facebook. I'm watching the Twitch. Oh, who was that? No, that was me. I shared. Sabrina shared. Thank you, Sabrina, for sharing the stream. That was so kind of you. Sweet, pretty lady. All right. I need to raise it up just a little bit. Getting our tools out for today. Since we're going to be working on something pretty extravagant. Pretty extravagant today. I'm very excited for today's project. Aries Nova! Aries Nova, thanks for watching. So this is my start streaming. Soon, have a little countdown. It's just me in the center. Logos, animated background. Super excited for that. Thanks for checking me out. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time and then we'll switch through the different scenes that I have. Oh, and it looks like my Streamlabs mod posted a link for our Streamlabs donation site where you can buy merch. I have Big Bad Nerd Dad merch, hats, t-shirts, patches, cups, things like that. So that helps. Fire! Fire! Super excited. Super excited to be here. Thank you for watching. All right, so my countdown timer is telling me that we've got about 35 seconds left. I'm super excited to show everybody what I've been working on and what we will be painting today. Of course, we're going to be doing some more of the Zoontalis miniatures from Dice Head Minis. They're based in the United Kingdom. Really nice guy. Andrew Pauly is a really nice guy who's has some amazing miniatures, and his Kickstarter is about to end. Should end probably in the next 3 to 4 days. I kickstarted it. After the Kickstarter ends and I get all of my cool little miniatures, I will be moving into his Patreon, because this Patreon that he's doing, this Kickstarter, is his backlog of Patreon stuff. So I'm really excited for that. So this is just my DM screen. This is what I use to talk to everybody. And it's just an open screen so people can see me, chat, talk. For those of you who don't know, Aries Nova in the chat right now is a very old friend of mine. We played Pokemon for years. She's an amazing artist. She does all kinds of artistry on her Twitch channel. So if you want to watch like really, really nice hand-drawn stuff, she does VTubers. VTubes. It's really neat to watch, and it's like magic. It's basically magic. She animates people. She animates cartoons, and people step into them, and I thought it was really neat. But this is what I use for my full screen talking. Before I jump into what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and show off some of the miniatures from Zoontalis using my painting. So as you can see, this is what we painted last week on the stream. Bring the light down a little bit. This is the Axolotl Barbarian. VTubers. Yeah, they're really nice. Really, she posts. Sometimes she posts really cool links to what she's doing and what she's done in the past and what she's done on stream. And it's neat to see the animation that she's capable of. So this is my Axolotl Barbarian. This is the Bad Bunny, which if you go to the Kickstarter right now, you can download this 3D STL file of the Bad Bunny, or Battle Bunny. They call him the Battle. I call him the Bad Bunny. The Battle Bunny. You can download the Battle Bunny for free. You just got to go to the Kickstarter and do it. I do not have a link for the Kickstarter on my Twitch, but if you go to my Facebook page, it's all over my Facebook page. I post about it all the time because I'm super excited, and I won a painting contest. So he made the little armadillo monk is the model that I helped create. I said, I'm from Houston, Texas, and I want an armadillo, and I love playing monks, so please. But just look up Zoontalis. It's in the title of the Twitch and Facebook. And if you're watching this later on, it'll be up on my YouTube as well. Battle Bunny, my Axolotl Fighter, which I have yet to paint. He'll get painted real soon. And then if you notice this little kitsune, Lulu actually painted this one. So my 3-year-old painted a miniature. She loves painting miniatures. It's a little kitsune monk. Streamlabs just kicked out my link for my Extra Life. So if y'all have a chance, donate. If you don't have a chance, please share it, because I am currently the #1 fundraiser for Texas Children's Hospital, individual, like the current #1 individual, and we still have one more 24 hours to go. Lulu loves pinks and purples and swarming everything together. She loves it. I told her I'd go back. She wants me to paint the clothes, so I'm going to go back and paint the clothes for her, and probably the eyes. But I love the look of her. The sweet little fox monk ponytail. But these are super cute. Today on the stream, we are going to be painting the big bad Porcus. So drop the light a little bit. This is a beefy model. This is the big bad. If you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, Porcus is the god of destruction, death. And so in Zoontalis, their evil being is Porcus. He's got a little pig nose. He sits on a tire of piggy skulls. He's got a little wand slash dagger. And he was like my third miniature to print, and he took a long time, and I was really nervous because I was like, oh, I hope he prints out. I hope he's okay. And he is massive. Like the first miniature I printed out was my axolotl fighter, and he just dwarfs him completely. And then even compared to the bigger battle bunny or the axolotl barbarian, he's massive. Just a massive miniature. But again, if you have any questions, these are all from the Zoontalis Kickstarter and Patreon. Dice Heads is the Patreon. And again, I absolutely love them. I think these models are super cute. They're fantastic for what I'm trying to do with my daughter. Getting her to paint miniatures, get into role-playing games. And I mean, it's a great deal. $9, $9 a month gives you the 7 to 12 miniatures and then a adventure module. So every month you have a new adventure to run with your family or your friends. For Dungeon Masters, it makes it extremely accessible so that you can print the minis. You have plenty of time to paint them throughout the month and then have a session at the beginning or the end of next month. I am currently gearing up to do this with some younger kids that I'm DMing currently, that are playing in a Dungeons and Dragons game. That they're just sort of free roaming right now. Kind of have an idea, but I'm going to drop a bunch of these really cool miniatures on them. So today we're going to paint up Porcus. Porcus the Destroyer. Again, we'll be using our paints from Army Painter. Love them. Love that they come in a bottle. I know that you can move the Citadel colors, Citadel paints into droppers. I'm just lazy and I don't do it. Prefer it. Real quick, I'm going to switch over to my video gaming scene so that Aries Noah can check it out real quick. She's going to be helping me out with some new scenes for our 24-hour stream that's coming up in November. So this is it. It's a real simple layout. My emulator's dead center, and I have little things that pop up in the corners. Like my sponsors, the Aegis Creative Company, Space Cadets Gaming, Dice Head soon, and then DreamPod 9 will be one of our newest sponsors. Fun fact of the day, pineapples work as a natural meat tenderizer. Write that down because it's important. But that's about it. It's just, of course, it takes a little while to load. Oh, great. Don't break anything. Yeah. I'll be right back. It's real simple. The camera I usually have, like during the 24-hour stream, this Be Right Back will be an overhead shot of the table. So people will see things going on, hear background noise. I just want it to be a little bit more livelier. Now I've got to fix my my stream timers. They're going off way too much. But we'll fix those in post. Full screen DM. No, battle. Battle! Alright, so now we're going to start painting. Again, we'll be using the Army Painters. My wonderful mother-in-law, Miss Monica, got me some Dungeons and Dragons Army Painters. I'll be using Beholder Purple, which is just oozing purple. I want to have a purple Orcus. Again, I try not to shake up my paint so they get all bubbly. And an old flame taught me that if you roll your nail polish, you don't get bubbles in it. So now I roll my paints. Oh, Grandma Cassandra, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching via Facebook. Again, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitch, thank you very much. Be sure to give me a like, share. If you've somehow stumbled upon me on YouTube, welcome to the show. Check me out on Facebook, Big Bad Nerd Dad. Or give me a like and a subscribe. I don't know what YouTube, I don't know how, I just have YouTube as a backup so I can go back and look at my videos whenever I want, not just after the days and stuff. So, ah! So his flesh is going to be this light purple. And then I have a purple wash that I'm going to use on him to sort of bring out the details. So we're just going to start adding purple all over the place. I like to just go one color at a time. I'm not fancy. I have some good friends that are amazing painters. Havoc Maker Studios does some amazing painting if you get a chance to watch them. Very, very good. I will show you just the basics. I'll show you everything that I know. I'm just going to brush everything on. If you look at him, he looks kind of blue. That's because I primed him black and then tried to do a Zenthal technique where I sprayed it at a different angle with a different color because I didn't want him to be white. So we're just going to paint over that blue with this purple. And the details on this miniature are amazing. There's little wrinkles and knots in his head. He's got little bumps. I'll be going over that over and over and over again. And of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat. I'm watching my chats because I care about you. If you get a chance, there's a little link for my Amazon wish list to help me keep the stream going. It's basic things like resin, some new cameras, paints. Got a beautiful wife and 2 kids, so unfortunately I can't put all the money that I want to into my stream, but I have lots of friends and family that have, you know, this camera that I'm using to show you how to paint with. My good friends, the Rees, donated this camera to me, so I have a nice camera to show off my painting. The lapel mic that I'm using was donated by the Aegis Creative Company. If you need anything 3D printed, they're the people to go to. They do all kinds of really cool cosplay. They're really big into making games, so they want to help develop games is their end game. They have the ability to print all kinds of stuff. Bloop, 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 bloop. And you can, I'm not being very careful because I'm going to go over this several times. It's got that deep dark blue behind it. And since I'm going one color at a time, I'm just going to take my time simply because I don't want the colors to blend. I'll be using purples and greens and oranges, and I don't want those colors to blend together. Need them to stay distinct. So you'll see me just paint globs of flesh. And I love his little championship piggy belt. He's got this wicked looking belt. I can't wait to really get the details on that belt going. He's a little not family friendly. Pierced. He's pierced. I'll be painting those details up close and personal. Right now we're just gonna go do a nice little base. So this guy is beefy. I'm glad that he has this nice big base that I can hang on to. I think those are on my wish list too, some of the model holders. Paint all that. While I'm painting, I want to talk about some of the other things we'll be doing coming up on the stream. For those of you who don't know, the new My Hero Academia collectible card game is coming out this week. Me, my wife, and some of my good friends are very excited about it. Very, very excited. Number one, we all love My Hero Academia. We think it's a fantastic anime. Super cute. Great story. Great characters. Hey, Joe. Thanks for watching, brother. Thanks for giving me a like. I appreciate it. I was just talking about you. We're getting ready for the My Hero. It drops this week. I've saved up just enough to get me one box. So Sabrina, myself, Joe, and Hannah can make decks for ourselves. I'm going to make me a Froppy deck. Froppy's my favorite too. Sabrina wants to make an Eraserhead. What's the Eraserhead's real name? Anybody know Eraserhead's real name? Kamazawa, Aizawa. I knew it was something like that. I was thinking of the color scheme. He's got a little module where he's the main bad guy of it, and it's got him colored sort of a darker purple. But I didn't want him to be a dark purple. Let him be more of a lavender. That way I can highlight up, because that's how I paint. And then it'll be easier to add in the washes and details. So on each, he has 4 hands, and each hand is doing something different. So 2 hands are casting Frostbolt. So the little things that look like fire in his hand are actually Frostbolt. 1 hand is open and sort of like reaching out. The last hand is holding his scepter or wand, the wand of Orcus. Porcus. I gotta make sure I get all these hands and fingers painted up. since he was my second miniature to paint, there's one little spot on this hand where it's like a flat spot. And so I was like, oh, I wonder why his finger printed like that. After researching and learning, it was because even though he comes pre-supported, um, I changed the angle a little bit myself, and that took off, that took him out of the realm of being printed correctly. And I should have added an extra support right there. So it was a learning experience, and I'm glad that it happened. Because now I'm printing, now I know how to add supports, and it made me look into how to properly place supports for 3D printing. And now I'm a pro. I very rarely have failed prints. If I do have a failed print, it's probably because I need to change the FEP on my 3D printer. And that's okay. Failed prints are okay. They happen from time to time. I'm brand new to this, and I'm thoroughly enjoying the process. I know it looks like I'm just globbing the paint on, but that's what you're supposed to do when you base. I'm just giving him a nice base, just to get a base. An Always Sunny reference. Thanks, Coach. Miss you. Coach Biso loves Always Sunny. Great show. Great moments in that show. Alright, so this is where I get to the point where I don't want to mix, I don't want to blend. So I have to stop painting parts that are wet, otherwise it'll start to wipe away portions of the paint. And I need to move on to a different piece. So I've got his left hands painted. I have his left hand painted. Now I'll move on to his right hands. And then I'll go back over his head and body again. Because he's kind of like this. You see the bottom. He's almost like a spirit. He's got a little tail instead of feet. And I think because, in all honesty, I don't think this is the full form of Porcus. Because in the module that you get, you defeat him fairly easily. And Orcus, the god of death, is not easy. During our last 24-hour charity stream, y'all guys got to watch me play with Dungeon Master Denth Daggerath, or Aggie's Oddments and Wonders, Oddities and Wonders. He DM'd us at a higher level campaign, and we were all playing level 12 characters, and we had a tough time beating back Orcus. And we had a lot of fun. I think I may bring him back for the Black Friday stream, but we'll see, because I'm still working on my heavy gears, and I really want to include the Rees in just a normal board game. But I can tell you, we started putting the girls down. I have 2 little girls, 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. We have 2 little girls, my wife and I. 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, Mimi and Lulu. And we just moved the 1-year-old into the 3-year-old's room, so that we can turn that other room into a craft room / study / streaming base. Very excited for that. We just need time to move stuff. Brian, thank you very much for sharing the stream. That helps out a lot. Every like, every share, every emote, every comment goes towards something. All right. The powers that be want to see interactions, want to see people liking, sharing, yada, 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 yada. Why, man? I don't know. Can't tell you that Facebook's been being real weird lately with my Big Bad Nerd Dad uh, Facebook page, because I post all the time. I post all the time on that Facebook page, and only every once in a while will people see my posts. I think it's because I'm refusing to pay for ads. I'm not paying for ads. I'm not paying for to boost my views. Just like I'm not an affiliate, I have the qualifications to get affiliate status, and I refuse to do it because I just want to paint and talk with my friends. It'd be neat to make money, it'd be neat to do all that kind of stuff. But there are people that just want to talk. They just want to watch me paint. They just want to learn something different. Like that pineapples are a natural meat tenderizer. You learned a fun fact today. Share that with somebody you love. Did anybody else know that Free Guy, the movie with Ryan Reynolds, was made by Disney? It was news to me. And then I heard that it was going to be on Disney Plus, and I was like, yes! Oh, that's awesome. I have Disney Plus. And I found out it's not going to be on Disney Plus till sometime next year. And I was like, oh, guess I'll just wait. Like I'm not lying. I'm not gonna lie. I may have to break down and find some money to pay for Venom because I really want to see Venom. Venom is my absolute favorite Marvel character. I've been a fan of Venom since 1992 when my Theo Gigi got me my first Spider-Man comic. Fell in love with the anti-hero. Because I like the idea that he's a bad guy, but that does not mean he's a bad guy. The original Wreck-It Ralph. Paint there. Yeah, he's turning out really good. I'm really liking this color. Yeah. Shane, thanks for watching. Painting minis, talking it up. Shane, I got a 3D printer. Having a lot of fun with it. I printed this model. My buddy Shane, he's over on Facebook. He's on the Facebook feed right now. Shane is a drone pilot. Like, not as a hobby. He takes some Pretty neat drone footage, or at least he used to. Haven't seen him post anything in a while. Shane, you need to post some more drone footage. Some of us like that stuff. All right. So I've painted a majority of them. And it looks like his head and body have started to dry. I want to try and paint that. Give it a second coat. Yes. We're going to be going back over that. I don't think the creator of Zoontalis is watching right now. Like, what time is it? 9:30, so they're 6 hours ahead. That'd make it 3 a.m. 3 a.m. where he lives. Hopefully he's asleep. Hear these cats in my house and I think it's my kids. And I'm like, no, go back to sleep. My wife has two. All right, cats. I'm not a cat person myself. These cats are okay. At least Scout is. I like him a lot. Boop, boop. Oh, yeah. Second coat's looking real good. If I get a little bit on the eyes or other areas, that's okay. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I am engaging the chat. Dum, dum, da, dum, da, dum. If you're a fellow Twitcher and you would like to raid or what's that other word? Can't remember the word where you share somebody else's Twitch, but feel free to do that. I'll take whatever I can get. Yeah, and that's so this lavender is doing exactly what I thought it would on the blue, and I was trying to go for like a sickly flesh. I didn't want to use a flesh color, so I thought using the lavender against the darker color would make it look that way, and it is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. I am loving it. He's got all these really neat little details on his back. There's veins and bumps and freckles and all kinds of neat crevices. I can't wait to drop the wash on it to really bring those out and then go back over with a nice dry brush. So a lot of people ask me, Big Mike, what is your favorite RPG system? I tell them all of them. I like trying new systems all the time, and I I like playing any RPG. I prefer RPGs that are rules light. So Savage Worlds is a good one. My favorite currently is Tiny Dungeon, which is as I think it's as light as you can possibly go. You use the most dice you'll ever use is 3d6. While I understand for some of you dice goblins, that's a big oh no, only 3 dice. It's nice to only have to carry 3 dice. Um, and you can do your entire character sheet on a 3x5 note card. Something I found extremely pleasant. And when I run it, I don't need a ton of stuff. I can run it with a small folder, or uh, the way I prefer to run games is with a composition notebook. That's it. And then you can go big, Theater of the Mind is a lot of fun, but I bring out terrain and other stuff. That helps a lot. Do, 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 do. So if you're in the Houston, Texas area, I will be at Space Cadets Gaming on Saturday the 16th from noon to 5 p.m. playing Tiny Dungeon. I'll be running Tiny Dungeon using my setting of Lunaria. They've allowed me to come in and run 2 sessions. There's enough room for 6 people per session. So if you want to get in a game, please feel free to come out, try it out, learn about the world of Lunaria, and try out the Tiny Dungeon system, because I guarantee it's a completely different monster to not have to have so much stuff to play an RPG. And if I might say, Space Cadets is a fantastic game store. Um, I say it every week that I am extremely spoiled being in Houston, Texas, because we have so many good game stores all over Houston. Uh, Space Cadets Gaming is in Oak Ridge North, which is technically the Woodlands. Um, you've got Fat Ogre that's in the Woodlands. You've got The Adventure Begins. It's a little bit further north. If you head to the east, just northeast, there's Etten Games and Hobbies. I'm missing a lot of game stores too, because I'm just doing the ones that are local to me. One of my favorite game stores on the south side of town is Golem's Gate. Golem's Gate is a fantastic place. They do so much for their community and their gaming community, and building them up and having events. And if you don't live in the Houston area, I highly recommend that you go and support your local game stores. If you don't have a 3D printer, that's where you're getting your miniatures from, or you should be. I ordered my uh, Beyond the Witchlight, the Wilds Beyond the Witchlight supplement through my friendly local game store, because it's important to support local stores. They're small businesses. They need our help. Yeah, we're going to play at home from time to time, but organized play is a thing. And you're definitely going to want to get involved in organized play. All right. I got him pretty much based the way I want him to be based. Get his face real quick. And he's so big, I'm not going to be able to do everything tonight, but I do plan on painting the majority of them. I'm probably going to end up doing the base on a different day. Right. So those wings I'm going to leave pretty much just like that. Could have barely dry brushed some purple. Got some blue undertones. Now I'm going to do the little details on them. I start basing the little details. So for that, we're going to use our detail brush, which is a Games and Gears 0. I got it from Clash for a Cure. And I'm going to make his nails and tusks and teeth green. I want to start with a darker green, commando green. Pull it up. I'm going to start with the commando green, because I'm also going to highlight it with the jungle green later. And then I've got green tones to sort of wash around it. Get the purple tone? Wrong tone. Looking for that purple tone. Right. There we go. Again, it's Army Painter's Commando Green. We're just going to be doing like his teeth, his tusks, and the inside of the eyes on the wand of Porcus. So I've been meaning to paint this model for weeks. I just haven't been able to do it because when I was priming him weeks ago, dropped him. I dropped my brand new resin miniature and he shattered. He didn't really shatter. He broke this wing and this arm busted off, and I was just heartbroken. It was taking me a while to get back to painting him. But in the meantime, I painted the axolotl and did some other stuff. It was just a big hit when it happened. Now that I'm painting him, he's a very scary miniature. Got gangly teeth. Got, oh, not purple. Oops. Got gangly teeth, and I didn't realize, when I was looking at him unprimed, he didn't have all these veins and blotches on him. But now that I have him underneath the light, looking at all this stuff, he's got tons of really nice detail. I need to layer up the paint. Do it in nice light coats so I don't fill in all of those details. So again, I'm working one color at a time, and I can't go back too quick or it'll start rubbing off. So once I finish one thing, I move on to another. Um, he has these fingertips that we are going to paint. His claws. Paint his claws. Getting kind of a Joker vibe now with all the purple and green going on. Maybe I'll do something silly with them. And one thing they don't tell you when you're getting into 3D printing is how dangerous resin is. Like my buddy who gave me the 3D printer, Joey, was just like, here goes a 3D printer. You need to get some resin, buy some gloves, and you'll be good to go. And I was like, okay, I can buy some gloves. I can buy resin. Joey didn't tell me, make sure that you're wearing your gloves pretty much at all times. Don't think that the model is cured all the way. Be prepared. All right. Looks like I got all his tusks and his teeth. His teethuses. The shadow. Like, I keep painting this one part. And I know that I've painted it. But it's so dark. It's a shadow. It's an actual shadow from the wand. Trying to get into the lip without painting the lip. Up under it. There we go. Nice. All right. But he's really starting to take shape. Look at him. Got green teeth. Go ahead and work on the eyes. I'm gonna use our same detail brush. And the eyes are going to be a glowy orange / yellow. So I'm going to start with the orange. Good night. Start with the orange. This is Army Painter's D&D set Fire Newt Orange. Or if you're just getting the regular one, it's called Phoenix Flames. Really didn't need that much, but that's okay. Alright, so now I'm going to paint his eyes and his third eye orange. He has like this spot in the center of his head. I'm going to make that a glowy, like a white hot glowy. So we're going to start with orange on that. And it looks like it's going to take some layers. That dark blue underneath is really making the orange thin, which is fine. I'm used to layers. So just boop, boop, boop. Oh shoot, another game store in my area. I'm sorry. Another game store in my area that I've started to really like is Board and Brew Games. Good guys. They're all about wargaming and RPGs. And they're really nice. Spiky Bits, Instagram. Get out of here. Alright, so painting his eyes. Be as careful as possible. I have to go back in with the purple later anyway to do another coat, but there we go. Right. And like I said, we're going to do a white hot effect with this third eye over here. So we're going to start it with orange. Then I'll paint a little yellow in the center. And then I'll paint a little bitty stretch of white. That'll be at a later time though, because I got to let all this dry. Right. That's yellow. It's kind of creepy looking because that dark blue just shines right through. So I'll have to do a couple of coats of that. We'll let that finish drying real quick. Let down just a little bit. There we go. So that's the center. And so you don't see the big bad nerd mom rolling over or doing anything in the bed. There, listen. A good mama. Okay. So the wand of Porcus is going to be bony. But I don't want it to be too bony. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be a bone color. So I'm gonna mix my matte white. Comes out pretty chunky with a little bit of that jungle green. Oops, I need to shake that up real quick. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. And if you have a favorite Patreon or miniature maker or want to see me paint something specifically, let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to try and find these miniatures, or if I can get my hands on one for free, or if you'd like to sponsor and send me something to paint, I would love to paint it here on the stream. That's what I'm here for. All right, so I'm going to take this and this old brush, mix it. Like I said, I want it to be white, but I don't want it to be too white. It's supposed to be a bone, but then this isn't just any regular bone. It's the bone of a magic wand of a evil demigod of death. So we're gonna make it a little green. Right? It just makes sense. Just makes sense. All right. I believe that is enough. I might even paint the little skulls on the base too. We'll see how far I get. Oops. There's a wild hair hanging off of this brush. Oop. Go. Okay, so this is a bone weapon. Not so bony. Yeah. Needed to water it down just a little bit so it flowed better. There we go. And y'all, when I broke this miniature, I was so sad. I thought I was gonna cry. The first miniature I dropped and it just broke, shattered into 4 pieces. One of the pieces is still missing. It's a little bitty piece on from the wand. Again, we got to do this in layers because if we do too much at one time, it washes out the details or it'll start taking paint off. So I think I've hit that fine line. Need to stop and I'll work on the little piggy head. I may actually just this is where it snapped off, so I kind of want to be a little careful. So something really fun that's happened recently is my 3-year-old loves Halloween, loves it, loves everything spooky, loves everything creepy. Um, it's her thing, it's her vibe, and she is just owning it. She's like, I want to watch something spooky. Can we watch something spooky? And I'm like, yeah, we can watch something spooky. What do you want to watch? She's she's limited, right? She only knows the spooky things that she's seen so far. So I've been finding like, you want to watch something spooky? Let's watch some Goosebumps. I've been putting on Goosebumps for her. That's on Netflix currently, I think. Um, or we've been watching random kind of creepy, scary movies. Netflix came out with this really good one called Night Books. It's about a little boy who tells stories. He loves scary stories. And it's kind of made him like a social outcast, which is kind of how I'm seeing Lou. Likes the creepy stuff a little too much. But she's 3, so we'll work on it. There's nothing wrong with creepy stuff. There's nothing wrong with scary things, right? I don't want her to be afraid of the dark or afraid of monsters. So I figured this would be a nice little outlet for her. She's really digging it. So we were watching all these old school Goosebump movies or Goosebump TV shows. And she loves it. Her favorite is Monster Blood. She loves the ooze. He thinks it's crazy scary. Ah, monster blood. I'm trying to think of other things that she can watch that are 3-year-old appropriate. Which really, I don't think Goosebumps is. But I remember at her age, my family having me watch Nightmare on Elm Street, Jason, Evil Dead. So I turned out all right. I'm okay. So this is his wand of Porcus. Went out pretty good, I think. Thin it out just a little bit. I can get these crevices. Cover all these spikes. Going back over it a little bit. You see? You can't see, you gotta say something. So I'm very excited because the Zoontalis Kickstarter, like where these little guys come from, um, the creator Dice Heads has a Kickstarter going on, and it ends this week. So when it ends this week, I get hundreds of STL files of these super cute chibi animal D&D characters. I'm most excited for my Armadillo Monk. As soon as I get the opportunity to do him, he's getting printed. And there's a Oxalotl Sorceress, Oxalotl Ranger, and Oxalotl Necromancer that I'll be printing. Make me a little Oxalotl warband. Let's trouble getting to that. Oh, there we go. That's the angle that I need. Okay, so there we go. Exactly what I wanted. Go back and I'm going to color in those dark green and then a lighter green and then like a white. Give it this glowy effect. Paint some green around the edges of the eye socket. Hit it with a strong wash and it'll be good to go. All right, so you can see where I'm going with them. I'm gonna finish up. Try and finish up his eyes. Thin down your paints. They'll do the work for you. All right, team. This is the start of our Porcus. I'm gonna brush real quick. And then send me to... Oh no. Ta-da! All right, so this is going to be the end. I'm going to pick up next Monday, or maybe even Wednesday night. Just depends on what the girls are doing and how I can sneak a little time away. I want to thank everybody for watching, for checking me out. We are taking sponsorships still, so if you get a chance to go to my Facebook page, I have a link up there for my Amazon wish list, and then for monetary donations for anybody that may be able to give anything at all. Because this is a journey that I'm going on, and I'm very thankful to have this opportunity to have all these friends and families that have donated so many things: my lighting, my cameras. Um, my mother-in-law bought me paints years ago so that I could paint miniatures, and now I'm actually using them on stream. So I'm very thankful for these opportunities that I'm given, and I'm thankful for anybody that can give, or for